Alright, let's talk about Killing Floor 2. This is the game that I've been playing the most for the last few months, and after taking a break, coming back to it, I've been really addicted to this game again. If you aren't familiar with Killing Floor 2, it's basically a horde-based game where you have different perks and you play during waves and you try to survive to the last wave. These waves can be 4, 7, 10, or even there's like custom where there can be like 50, 100, or even endless. There's like a lot of different variety with this game, although the basic premise of this game is you kill stuff, you survive, you get to the end, you collect dash, your friends kill you by leading other Zeds, which are the basic enemies, into you, and that's not being salty. But anyway, besides that, besides your teammates being quite questionable sometimes, it's a lot of fun. Especially if you want to play a game where it challenges you. Some ways it can be a little bit weird and some of the spawning or some stuff like that, but overall the game has a lot of replay value as you play these different perks like the Firebug, the Berserker, Demolitionist, Sharpshooter. All of these perks have like been so fun to play. I think my favorite one out of all of them is probably the Medic, and that's just because when you play the medic, you just have this feeling of empowerment, as long as your teammates don't think they're gods and try to fight everything and all of that stuff. But yeah, it's just nice being able to play a team-based healer. I think that's what I like in most games, like having the support role, because it's just nice having your team kind of like the backbone of your team, making them survive. It's not particularly 100% needed at all times, especially on the lower difficulties, but on stuff like Hell on Earth, having a medic can be like very crucial. And at some time, like sometimes it's definitely like you need a medic. Other times, if your team is really good and you can survive with just healing pistols, which you can heal each other with that. So all these perks have different play styles. A medic, of course, you have healing and poison damage. With the Demolitionist, it's all about explosions. Berserker is all up in your face, and it's just a lot of different styles to suit you. I enjoy stuff that is at times not even entirely viable at higher levels, like the Firebug. My guilty pleasure of liking the Survivalist at certain times, just because it's like the jack of all trades. But all of these classes, or should I say perks, I don't know, I keep getting that confused, are so much fun to play with different skills that you can go into. And it's just been, all of these maps and events have been a lot of fun, especially the Christmas event where they added some of the older weapons like the M32, they added newer weapons like the Battle Axe, and of course all of these weapons are so much fun to use. Especially I've been enjoying the M32. It's a nice explosive weapon, and it's one that I'm glad that the Tripwire has brought back to the game, and it seems like everyone else is enjoying it as well. Along with that, you have this new map, which is kind of like some of the story based stuff they had in the first game. They just brought it back, and in terms of this Santa's Workshop, so you have this now with some awesome voice acting. You have a new character, Badass Santa, and even before that, when I was playing during the Halloween event, there was like so much stuff with that. Monsters Ball is probably my favorite map that they've released after the game has come out. It's just a really polished map, a really fun map to play on. I think it's pretty fair in terms of how everything is spawned. Some of the stuff I guess you would say about Killing Floor 2 is it's a game you're either going to really love, or it's a game that you might not like at all if you don't like horde based type of games. But with all of the customization, with the custom maps, playing on like Bikini Atoll, which is something me and Tubby and other people, like when we play on this map, it's like become a meme right now, where it's just like that's a SpongeBob map. So all these different custom maps from different games that people create, even these user created ones that Tripwire adds, like Shopping Spree, which is the most current one. It's just so fun to play on. It's like every time you load up Killing Floor 2, you can go into an entirely different map. Some of these maps might have different objectives that it was added just by the map creator. It's just like, I don't know, it's a lot of fun. That's all I'm gonna say. When I look at Killing Floor 2, I don't think there's too many games that I spend money on besides like maybe if it's story related content, but with Killing Floor 2, I bought some stuff from the store because I was enjoying the game so much. I wanted to just get back to the developers a little bit by buying the two newest characters, Mrs. Foster and Badass Santa, which was the recent one that was released. And it's just nice just being able to play with other people. Most of the community from what I play is actually pretty chill when it compares to the other communities. Maybe it's because the Killing Floor community is smaller, but yeah, it's definitely a breath of fresh air, and just being able to have a lot of fun, having, you know, a lot of talks with other people just during the game, talking about other stuff. It's a nice experience, and it's just a game you can just boot up, play a couple of rounds of Killing Floor, come back to it later, play with friends, play it solo. There's a variety of things that you can do in the game, and finding all of these different Zeds and having their different attack patterns as you go up to suicidal, and then it gets a little bit more difficult once you go on Hell on Earth. It's just so much stuff that you can do in the game for a game that seems like it's so basic in terms of the presentation. It's just been a blast, and I'm probably going to play it even though I have like all of these other games I'm playing at the moment. I still boot up Killing Floor 2, even though it's kind of winding down since I've been playing a lot and there's like other stuff I'm playing. I still play probably for like a couple hours a day just because it is that good. If you play Killing Floor 2, everybody, let me know your thoughts on the game. Do you enjoy it? Do you wish it was better? Do you wish the balance was better? Or do you wish other weapons kind of have more impact? Because some of the current weapons are kind of lacking compared to the earlier weapons. Just let me know your thoughts, and I would love to see, you know, what everyone thinks about the game in general, even if you've never played it before. So this was a let's talk about Killing Floor 2. If I have anything else to say about the game in the future, then I will come back to it. But for now, everyone, there's like just tons of stuff you can do in the game, and I highly recommend it. Until next time, everyone, if you want to stay up to date with my content, as I do a lot of indie games, some non-indie games here and there, then feel free to subscribe to the channel. Until next time, everyone, take care, and I'll see you in the next video.